This is Dylan. He's our head of marketing. Yeah, he's just turned 2. He's a big draw. We get quite a lot of people saying that it's a weird place with a big dog. Like that's the main gist of it. The main thing is that there's a lot of arseholes about, especially on Friday and Saturday evenings. Like, if I just had an open front and people knew that I was hot shit, for want of a better phrase, like, they would just flock in and be like, why don't you do lager? Can you do me an old fashioned? Like, and we get that occasionally, but not to the extent. It's not about whether or not somebody's a dick. It's about, by accident, having it so that dicks don't come in. We've had a couple of moments recently where people have walked in and genuinely cried, and it's because their granddad collected this kind of stuff, or because, say for example, like we had a gentleman order something short and sweet and whiskey, and we gave him a whiskey mac, like in his 50s. Turns out his granddad only drank whiskey macs. He just broke the fuck down, and it's like it's a big part of bringing back that kind of old school like aesthetic, but also doing it in such a way that's authentic. Like, authenticity is something that a lot of people throw around, but this is literally people's sheds, and this is literally people's habits, and it just so happens to not be this or the past generation. So you do find that sometimes it's a bit of a shock for people. That's the response. Like, that's the response that gets to me, where I sit down at the end of the shift and I'm like, damn. One of 4 people in Norfolk to have a licence to sell human remains, by the way. My biggest profit margin was in 18th century human skull. It had all of its paperwork, it was stunning. I got it for, I think it's like £700. That was worth 20 grand, and I sold it for 18. Yeah, no, literally individual bones are worth actually fuck all. Like, actually fuck all. Like, if it's something recognisable, like a spine or a pelvis, like, they're worth a bit. But, like, a leg bone or, like, a rib, nothing. Absolutely nothing at all.
Sorry to be a pain again.
This feels special, and especially like away from everything. Like, I mean, drinking is escapism anyway. A lot of people see this as like a safe space to come to actually sit down and enjoy a quiet drink.
But you can't stop me from loving you. You can sneer at my devotion. Be as mean as you can be.
Like, my main goal, like, is that, like, I'd quite like to have a few different locations throughout Norwich soon, in the next sort of 10 years, mainly because Norwich is known to be full of weird people, and it's all kind of quirky and bohemian and stuff, but the actual hospitality scene doesn't reflect that. I'd like to, when I'm 50, be able to sit in the back of one of my bars with like a cigar and a whiskey and know full well that nothing in Norwich will be the same again, and I've categorically changed everybody else's experiences for the better, or for the weirder, at the very least.